Hi, this is Clark James Mishler, and this is the Elements of Photography. This is part 3 of a series of programs, and today we're going to talk about silhouettes. If you saw program number 2, we talked about backlight. Well, you might say, well, what's the difference between backlight and silhouettes? And to tell you the truth, there's not a lot of difference. I think the silhouette is probably using the human form, which I like to employ into my imagery, and I think a lot of people shoot sunsets, and me included. I enjoy shooting sunsets, but I'm always looking for that thing that's going to make my sunset a little more interesting and a little more sellable. And I think that if you think about the human form and how can you bring that into your images, and one thing you have to think about too when you're shooting the silhouette is you have to think about depth of field. And so you want to probably put your camera on a tripod. You want to use as low ISO as you can, and you want your subject to be standing fairly still so that you can use something around f16, so that your subject is going to be sharp and your background is going to be sharp. In this case, this is Mitzi, and she is always willing to go out and stand someplace. And I say, just go out a little bit further, and she's standing out there. I say, okay, that's good, that's great. And now put your foot up on a rock, and she'll, whatever it takes, just to get that little bit of extra kind of human form interaction. In this case, a couple of fly fisher people from Sitka, and we're out in a stream, and I put the sun, which it wasn't quite set yet, right behind the lady in front, and you can sort of see how the sun is dancing off the water and actually wrapping around her legs. So position yourself so that these kinds of things can happen. And in this case, I just asked I was working with these people, and I said, okay, both of you, now I want you both to cast simultaneously. So they're bringing their poles back, click, and as they're running back, click, and back again, click, and got their profiles of their faces, and work with your subjects. Think about how you're going to use those silhouettes. This is a photograph that we made down in Ketchikan, and the sun had been down for maybe a couple hours. This was in June, of course. Even in Ketchikan, you have a really long kind of magic hour, and the moon has started to come up, and Mitzi was just standing in the doorway, and I said, oh my God, that's a great shot. Let me go get my tripod. So I got my tripod out, and I made a picture, and I said, boy, it's just missing something. I looked around the room, and there was a pair of binoculars laying on the bed, and I put that in the windowsill. And I think you'll agree that just that little element really helped kind of make this image work. So think about your silhouettes as your human element, but at the same time look for other things that might silhouette in your photographs as well. Well, that's it for now, and we'll be back with another program. And thanks for watching. And number 4, I think diagonals, is coming up next. Thanks so much. Bye bye.